Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. For today's video, I am going to be giving you the most accurate 2018 NBA awards show really in the history of basketball and the internet itself right here. Now, keep in mind, as we go through this is based on 100% actual facts, no opinions here, and no biases at all, guys. This is not biased at all. Pretty much we're going to go through this, and I'm just going to be saying straight up, like, who the best players in the NBA are. It's going to be accurate. It's going to blow your mind, if anything. And, pardon my hairline, guys. Pardon my hairline here. But yeah, so let's just get right started on this and give you guys the facts. Just in case you are new to basketball, you might not really understand exactly what the awards are. It's pretty much Rookie of the Year, Most Improved Player, Coach of the Year, Sixth Man, and MVP. We're going to go through all those right there. And just really, man, like I said, blowing some minds out there, kicking ass, taking names, right? All right, so for the Rookie of the Year award, who should this go to? Well, first and foremost, we got to make this clear. Ben Simmons has been in the NBA for 17 years, guys. Now, I'm going to tell you it straight up, though. This is his first year playing, right? But he's actually been in it for 16 years prior to that. Pretty much going out there and, still getting to work out with NBA teams and everything like that. He's like 43 years old now. So for that reason, Ben Simmons, he can't be Rookie of the Year, plain and simple. So he's off the list. Another one you might be thinking of is Donovan Mitchell, right? Really good shooting guard for the Utah Jazz. Well, guess what, man? He played for Louisville, and Louisville back in 2013, and it's, sometimes around there, was doing some pretty shady stuff, so they actually have allegations against them, sanctions against the NCAA against them. I know Donovan Mitchell was not part of any of those teams, but for that reason, he's off, guys. He's out of it. So that leaves us with one player to win Rookie of the Year, and this player goes by the name of Lucas Kennard from Duke University, shooting guard for the Detroit Pistons. Now, you got to think about this from the mindset of Luke Kennard, just how valuable, how great he is as a rookie, okay? He was picked after Donovan Mitchell, and just imagine going to practice and just knowing in the back of your mind that all your teammates, all the owners of your team, Stan Van Gundy, I know he's president and owner, just like knowing that, damn, I wish we would have got somebody else. The pressure that puts on a player, and he still went out on the basketball court and averaged 7.6 PPG, guys. That is points per game. Can you imagine if he was taken where Donovan Mitchell was taken at and the roles were reversed? He probably would have went out there averaging 50 points, guys. So just due to the mental aspect, if you guys all think it's all about points and NBA championships and, W's and all this bitch ass stuff out there, man. No, it's all mental, guys. It's all mental. So, for that reason, Luke Kennard deserves Rookie of the Year. Next up, we are going to talk about the most improved player. I know people are thinking, well, Crispy, that's got to be Victor Oladipo, right? Well, you would actually be wrong when it comes to that. Victor Oladipo was traded for a superstar in Paul George, who is doing great things, guys. Have you heard of Playoff P on the OKC Thunder, guys? Maybe you heard of him. He's a superstar player. So, Victor Oladipo was, a loser traded for a winner pretty much out here. So, I cannot give him that award. Maybe you can say Chris Dunn, but guess what? Chris Dunn's team did not even make the playoffs, guys. The Chicago Bulls did not make the playoffs. So for that reason, the most improved player, I have to give it to Reggie Bullock. He is a starting small forward at times, sometimes shooting guard, sometimes other stuff. Really a jack of all trades for the Detroit Pistons. Now, not only, guys, listen straight up, man. He's actually one of the league leaders in NBA three-point percentage. And not only is he hitting threes on the court, but he is also hitting threes off the court, guys. There is a picture of his wife. Somewhere, man. There's a picture of his wife right there, man. Hitting threes on and off the court. Really taking the game home with him. So for that reason, Reggie Bullock will be the most improved player this NBA season. Don't argue with me. There's no sense. It doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't make sense. Next up, we must talk about the Coach of the Year. So, Coach of the Year, Brad Stevens, I think he does a great thing out there. Dwayne Casey, great coach. Greg Popovich is amazing. A lot of good coaches out there. But, quick little story time here. I have a buddy that worked in sales for the Grand Rapids Drive. That is the G League team for the Detroit Pistons, right? And he said one day he went to a game and he saw Stan Van Gundy sitting in the stands munching down some hot dogs, guys. Munching down some hot dogs. And a coach and president, man, whose team is not very good, but guess what? He has so much confidence in his team that he doesn't need to, he doesn't need to be at the office, maybe trying to find a way to make the playoffs with 2 All-Stars. No, man, he's sitting at a G League game, munching down some dogs, you know, just having a good time. If that's not confidence, I don't know what is. And I think when it comes to coaching, I think confidence is key. So, you know, once again, it's not about wins. It's not about developing young players. It's not about, you know, every single year you draft horrible players, and it's literally, you're also the president, so all the turmoil of Detroit Pistons is your fault. It's not about that at all, man. It's about confidence. I hope you enjoyed your hot dog stand. Coach of the Year award right there going to you, man. All right, next up we have Sixth Man of the Year award, okay? And this goes to a player by the name of Stanley Johnson. Oh, wait, one second, guys. My phone's vibrating. Hello? Wait, bitch ass Stanley starts for the Pistons? Wait, he starts at small... Okay. Okay, so, yeah, I completely forgot this. This is why I did this, man. Okay, so Stanley Johnson is the starting small for the Detroit Pistons, right? But actually, this Sixth Man of the Year award is not who the best sixth man is. It's whose bitch ass should be on the bench playing sixth man. And that goes to Stanley Johnson, guys. Okay, so once upon a time, probably first or second week of the NBA season, Stanley Johnson was starting at small forward for the Detroit Pistons. Ben Simmons dropped a triple-double on his bitch ass, guys. And guess what I did? I tweeted to Stanley Johnson and said, how are you going to be in the league for 2-3 years, and this dude's going to be in the league for 2 weeks, and he's going to drop a triple-double on you? And then Stanley Johnson went to block me on my Twitter account, guys. Yes, a little constructive criticism. Sure, I used the word bitch ass. So yeah, no doubt, man. Sixth man should be the starting small forward of the Detroit Pistons, Stanley Johnson. And finally, we have the MVP award, okay? So let's put let's get in this man's head right here for the MVP, okay? Imagine you live in Los Angeles. You lived there for years. Just, that's where your whole family is. I mean, just, you got the beaches and everything like that. And one day, you know, you're chilling in your mansion, on your bed, maybe a couch, perhaps a chair. Really, it's your fantasy, wherever you want to be chilling at. Let's say hot tub. No, you don't want your phone in the hot tub. You could drop it. You could electrocute yourself. Then you got to buy a new phone. You might be dead. So yeah, we're not going to do any of that. You're chilling in your bed, right? Just on your Twitter account. Just like that. Probably laying down, not sitting up, because who does that, right? And all of a sudden, you go on your Twitter, and you see that, you know, the team you played for your whole career just sent you to Detroit. You are going from the beach life of California to the city life of Detroit, Michigan. Think about that, guys. And then you go to that team, and you don't really help them win games, but guess what? You show up. Because I know I wouldn't want to show up, man. I'd be freaking, I would be like, I quit basketball. I'm staying in California. You know, I already got a bitch-ass contract. I'm good to go, man. The MVP, the most valuable player, man. The most, I don't know, just sportsmanship player of the year, really, also, is Blake Griffin. Guys, he's on the Detroit Pistons now, and he's still playing basketball. He got traded from a team that probably could have made at least the NBA playoffs with him. A team that said that you're with us for the rest of your career in Blake Griffin. And now he's on the Detroit Pistons and he's still playing basketball. Guys, give it up, guys. MVP to Blakeius Griffin. Blakeius is probably not his name. It just kind of came to mind there. Yeah, that is the most accurate 2017-2018 NBA award show in NBA history. Okay, so let's be serious about it now, guys, just because I know you guys want my actual thoughts on this. It's going to be quicker because I rambled on a lot in this video about that other stuff over there that we're just not going to talk about ever again. Rookie of the Year, guys, in my opinion, should be Ben Simmons, okay? Now, I understand people going out there calling this man out, saying that, yo, he's been around the NBA for a year now and everything like that. I totally understand that. It's just, we have to go by what the rules say. We have to go about years past and everything along those lines right there. Does Donovan Mitchell also deserve Rookie of the Year? Yes, he does. But unfortunately, only one player can win it. And I think Ben Simmons deserves that over them. I don't know why. Just when I think Rookie of the Year, I think of Ben Simmons. It's nothing against Donovan Mitchell. He's a fantastic player. Absolutely. Utah Jazz, don't feel bad about it because someday you might have an MVP on your team because Donovan Mitchell is that type of talent out there, okay? So I got to say Ben Simmons, he's completely changed the culture of the Philadelphia 76ers. But at the same time, you can say that Donovan Mitchell allowed the Utah Jazz to be even more competitive than when Gordon Hayward was there. It's just, in my opinion, guys, like I said, man, take it with a grain of salt. I say Ben Simmons. Most improved player, Victor Oladipo. Any more need to be said about this guy? He's a freaking all-star now, guys. He's an all-star, and he's made a team that going into the NBA season, people were like, is this team going to make the playoffs? You know, they totally got robbed in that Paul George trade. Well, guess what now? All of a sudden, it is the Victor Oladipo trade. Indiana, so happy for you guys out there just because you totally deserve that, man, to have a player like that. After all the stuff you had to go through with Paul George and him not wanting to be part of that organization anymore. Coach of the year, this one, you know, can definitely vary based on who you're talking to, but I'm going to say it's Brad Stevens. And the reason I say Brad Stevens is because the fact that they went into their NBA season and they lost Gordon Hayward in the first quarter of the first game, and then that team still managed to be pretty damn good. Not to mention you lost Kyrie Irving for the rest of the season, the playoffs, and you might make it to the second round of the playoffs. I think they probably will beat the Bucks, you know, probably in 6 games or something like that. It's amazing, guys. That team is amazing based off coaching. Not only that, but I mean, there's something to be said about developing players. And Brad Stevens already has Jason Tatum looking like a seasoned veteran out there. Jaylen Brown's only, what, his second year here, looking like a future all-star himself. Brad Stevens is my coach of the year. Sixth man, this one I kind of struggled with. I ended up saying Lou Williams, just because I think for the most part he's a sixth man. I know sometimes he starts games, so I don't know if he's even like 100% eligible for it. But yeah, I said Lou Williams. If you guys got somebody else in the comment section, will let me know. I was thinking like Eric Gordon. Does he start for the Houston Rockets? I don't think he does currently, so he was another close second for me. I'm sure there's other guys out there that I'm forgetting about. And for my MVP, a player that deserves it. I mean, come on, man. Like, we could give it to LeBron James every single season if we really wanted to, and that's fine and everything. But I think the MVP who deserves this NBA season based off his team performance is James Harden. Guys, if you took James Harden off the Houston Rockets, a lot of people were like, they'll still be a good team. I mean, you'd have Chris Paul, Eric Gordon, Clint Capella. Yeah, that team would be okay, but definitely not the historical season they're having right now. And like I said, you can say that every year about LeBron James and Cleveland Cavaliers. If you take LeBron off the Cavaliers, then yeah, they would be a worse team, no doubt. It's just, that's not really how the NBA works, so I'm kind of going based off of, you know, other things out there and just, yeah, it kind of sucks if you're like LeBron James and everything, because like, yeah, man, I deserve this MVP every single season, stuff like that. But it's just not really how we think when it comes to like NBA fans and stuff like that. So guys, let me know in the comment section below your rookie of the year, most improved player, coach, sixth man, and MVP.